Welcome back to Love Island, USA.
Oh, nope. Little tweak.
Oh, welcome to Sad Boyz, a podcast about feelings and other things also.
I'm
your host.
Wait, do I say I'm Jordan?
Last episode, Jordan did something kind of weird.
What? Them looking up at the radio like, what?
Yeah.
Wait, what do you mean? You've been...
Anastasia was there too.
Hi.
You've been Love Island pilled? We talk a little bit on Nightz today. But...
Yeah, we talked about it on Nightz. We recorded Nightz earlier, and we just talked about dating shows on Love Island, and we looked at their tattoos that are bad.
It's and speaking as somebody who wields a handful of bad tattoos himself.
No,
I love them.
No, but that is what's crazy about it is that your tattoos don't, like, even if you think they're bad, there's like a layer of, first of all, I don't think they're bad. I like your tattoos. And
it's a different level
it's
of
a different level because you can't look at any of your tattoos and go, that's fucking stupid. The same way that I can look at Ape Shall Not Kill Ape and go, Taylor, what the fuck were you thinking?
It is. I think there's some, maybe this is actually just like adult life in general, where you can be whatever you want, be however you want, but the thing that is risky is sincerity. You have to like balance it out. If you're going to do something really stupid, you got to do it self-awarely. If you're going to do something really stupid and you're like, I just got like a silly tattoo, you've now escaped the criticism of why do you have Caesar from Planet of the Apes across your chest?
Like, I just don't, it's just a different level when, well, you do have that giant back piece that says Jordan.
Oh, I got that in the Yakuza.
Yeah.
To remind me, because sometimes I'm looking the wrong direction. I'm like, well, who the hell am I?
But the funny thing is, all of the letters are the same size except for the N because they ran out of space.
Yeah, I'm Joda. They kind of left it looking a little bit like an I.
Happens to me whenever I make a sign.
Jordai.
Jord AI.
Jordai.
That'd be cool.
I am Jordai. I am Jordai.
Shout out to Ian Sterling, the man who...
Shout out to Ian Sterling. I've just been working on I've been working on my Ian Sterling.
Oh, he's like the
Love Island guy.
He's like the announcer for Love Island.
Love I.
Love I. That's the... Yeah, Love I.
That's the pirate dating show.
What?
Arr.
That's an...
Oh,
Welcome to me love show.
Arr, be love blind. Yeah, don't worry about it. Life is...
So have y'all heard of Labubus?
Yeah.
End of...
We're wrapping up the episode. Thanks for coming in. I keep hearing about it, and I'm almost... It feels like it's too late to ask what it is. Because I've been, you know, when you're kind of just writing on social cues, someone's like, you seen this movie? I'm like, yep. And then you hear the movie they said, you're like, well, I already said yes.
So Labubus, in my understanding, are a part of a larger movement of blind boxes taking over America. And the concept of a blind box being you have a little figure in a box and the box is uniform and it's almost like a booster pack where you don't know what you're going to get and there's different rarities, or I don't even know if there's different rarities, but
there is rares and specials. Like there are ones that you don't know.
Right. Like, cause on the back, usually you'll see a series and it'll be like you
could get one
the
of
Smeeskies that are sleeping or whatever. And it's like, there'll be 6 of them on the back, and Smeeski's like a little green guy who glows in the dark ? I have one in the car.
Our little, those little Dragonite and
oh yeah, those are like
David
little
Leaf
Pokemon blind boxes.
What's his name? Ricky Leaf?
Ricky Leaf? Rose Raid?
Yeah, that's the one.
Ricky Leaf?
Well,
That's
I don't know
a
him
cool
personally.
name.
Rose Raid, yeah.
Name's
Ricky Leaf.
Yeah, that's actually my name.
I do have one of mine in Pokemon Go. My nephew named it, and it's Flower Guy.
Flower Guy, hell yeah.
Ricky Leaf and Flower Guy.
Ricky Leaf and Flower Guy.
I named one of your Pokemon.
Shout out Ricky Lake.
You did.
I really like the name.
Remember Ricky Lake?
Yeah.
That was like a thing my mom watched.
I love Ricky Lake.
Talk show.
Oh, it's like a Maury. Like that
Yeah.
kind of,
So,
my understanding is this is a little bit like a Stanley Cup thing.
well, not exactly.
Craze-wise?
Obviously.
I would say it's like a Stanley Cup in that maybe there's demographic overlap.
Oh.
And there is like hype overlap.
And it's popular on TikTok, which Stanley Cups were as well.
Which is like kind of also part of the demographic thing I'm talking about.
But I think part of this is that this is a little fluffy guy that you put on your backpack or hang from your belt or something. It's like well, actually Stanley Cups were an accessory as well.
Yeah, but like also, but not, but like,
I think this skews younger because I see high school kids like, you know, proud of their Labubus.
Oh, it's like a big smile.
not all of them are keychain though, right?
Yeah.
I thought they were like full size ones. Oh.
There are, but it's a lot less common to have.
I
like,
see, I
So
see, I
there
see.
are ones that are more like those Pokemon blind boxes where it's a little figure that you put on a shelf, but those came later. These are the coveted ones
That's some fake
that
fan
hang
shit,
from
Is that
a little
Waluigi?
keychain.
Can I just say something off the bat? I don't like them.
Oh,
So
I don't like them. They
I
freak me
like
out a little bit.
that's so
I-
you love. That's so you.
I don't like them.
I
I
was
feel
in
like
your
you'd like
camp
a
in the
different
beginning.
type of. What are the other? What's the little sitting
Sunny-
cuties? Or that's the
Sunny
name for
Angels?
the Pokemon plushes. Sunny Angels. Sitting cuties is the
Well,
line
there's-
of
yeah,
Pokemon
I do love
plushes.
sitting cuties. There's a lot of like if you go to like Pop Mart, which if you don't know what Pop Mart is, it's a blind box store basically.
Yeah.
Collectibles store.
Whoa, my
There's
God.
so many of
Ew.
them in there. I went to one recently that I don't like them. I don't like them. They freak me out.
You don't like the Pop Marts?
Just most of the most of the
staff, yeah.
products.
Yeah,
Most of
you
the
don't like
products
most of the
in-
blind box lines.
Yeah,
of
they're just like a
figurines.
The scum that are in there.
little too babyish.
There's so
most
many
of them-
though. Like there are the like baby ones, but then there's also like really intricate ones and really like almost like anime figurine type
Yeah,
ones.
like there's a
and now they've been like there's a lot of IPs that have been mapped onto the blind box model.
Yeah.
So I have I'm a longtime sufferer of blind box addiction.
It's okay.
And I have to say, I've never liked the Pop Mart ones. Like those crying ones, I think they're weird.
They're weird.
Can we get some
No.
representation for Smeesky? I kind of fuck with Smeesky.
I didn't know
Wait,
that
what's it
until you
doing? What-
said it
Smeesky's
earlier.
popular.
It is.
It's
But
popular.
I just didn't. I wasn't
Whoa,
familiar.
what is it? Is it squishy?
Oh.
He's like a guy, and he's like.
I
he
like
feel,
that.
I feel
Oh, I
like,
do kind of fuck with
I
that
feel
guy.
like, yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, I fuck with that
Okay.
guy.
Wait,
There's also the Peach Riot blind boxes. I love those. I haven't gotten any, but every time I see them, I'm like, oh wait, those are cute as hell.
Okay.
So my problem is I'll get like little anime blind boxes or Sanrio. Like Sanrio is my ultimate weakness. I love Batsmaru, and I do that thing that is so annoying where I'm like, ooh, I'm gonna get this blind box because it has a Batsmaru option. The moment you only want one of them, you're never gonna get that
I
one.
always because like in like Little Tokyo or something,
Oh,
they have
those
so
are like
many.
the more intricate ones. Like
Yeah, the Peach. I love the Peach Riot. They have 3 characters and they're really
Yeah.
cute. But
That's Batsmaru.
in like Little Tokyo, there's a lot of Pokemon blind boxes, and I love looking at those. But I will only buy them if I would be okay with every single one of them.
Well, so
Because if there's one,
Oh my God,
I
he's
really
big.
Oh my god.
New version.
I
of
want
the
to
show.
take you guys back a little history lesson here. And Anastasia, you know this.
This is
'cause
like
you've
It's like
been-
sitting on his
Magic Chair.
desk.
Oh.
So
Yeah.
in Japan, there's a thing called gashapon figures, and you can get them in like little Tokyo and
Tokyo,
stuff here.
yeah.
But they're like proto blind boxes where you get like a little capsule, and it's also the like inspiration for Pokeballs and like Pokemon and stuff. Like Capsule Monsters was the original name for Pokemon.
Because they
Anyway,
pop open half and half the same way, right? It like in the same.
yeah, and so like these are like Dragon Ball Z Gashapon that I've had since I was in high school. Like and it was like they sat on little Dragon Balls, and I think those Dragon Balls got lost in the decades of transit that my show.
I
was
mean, the
sitting
Dragon
on.
Balls are famous for getting lost.
Yeah,
That's one of
and
the
there's
big
7
things.
of them out there, so look under your seat. But anyway,
Oh, look at him.
these guys are cool. He's not going to sit because his hair is weighing him down, but.
He's got big ass
he's
head.
dead.
But those things are all over Japan. Like having a like you go to a store and then like outside of the store there'll be a little gashapon like machine, and it'll be a line of like Attack on Titan gashapon. And you're like,
Yeah.
oh, I hope I can get my Levi or whatever.
Mhm.
And
I hope I don't get arid.
and you don't know what you're getting until it like comes
Oh my
out of
God.
the machine.
I got my niece an Ava blind box, and it's so funny because all of the options, you're like, yes, these are so cool. I love all these characters. But then one of them was Shinji's dad. It's like, I don't want this monster.
I want Gendo. I want a Gendo
cool look.
Gashapon.
I don't, and put him on a high shelf so he's looking down at
So
me.
I gave it to my niece. I was like, hey, I just realized like you could get Gendo, and I'm sorry if that's the one you get. And she goes, now that you mention it, that's the one I want.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah.
If I see that one again, Jarvis, I'll get it for you.
There's a video of Rhett and Link opening blind
Yes.
boxes, and they're doing a Peach Riot one, and Rhett gets one of the they have different names. There's Frankie, Gigi, and Poppy. Poppy's the one with the blonde hair, and he gets one of her in like a lab coat, like holding a beaker and stuff, and he starts like singing a song about women in STEM, and it's the funniest. He gets so excited. It's such a cute little wholesome
I don't like those guys.
clip.
Didn't
ask.
Let and ring.
Yeah, not for me.
The first blind box I bought in America was at Kid Robot in San Francisco in like 2008.
It
was a long time ago.
Well, so is it that this one here has reached what's it called again? Boo Boo?
Labubu.
Baby Boo Boo.
Oh my God.
Kid Boo. This one is like reaching a fever pitch that like is almost.
This is mainstream level at this
new
point.
shit.
And they're now like costing like $60, $70 for one.
Secondary market's going crazy.
And
kinda got
on
NFT
top of that,
energy.
there are
Yeah.
so many knockoffs.
What?
Lafufu is what people call the knockoffs.
Oh.
I saw a friendship break up right in front of my eyes all over a Labubu. I was leaving the mall after getting my AirPods fixed at the Apple store, and as I was leaving, I passed by this store with all of this commotion outside of it. The place was called Pop Mart, and there was these long lines and crowds all around it, and I was confused because I'd never heard of it before, so I was like, why are all these people around this random store? Now, I needed answers, so I went up to a random group in line, and I was straight up, I was just like, what are you guys waiting for? One of the dudes in the group responds, and he's just like, oh, we're all trying to get Labubus. And I was like, what? I want to ask, like, what is a Labubu? This dude's super nice, and he's just like, oh, they're these fuzzy little toy collector items. And he's like, oh, I actually have one. And he pulls one of these Labubus out. I'm just going to say it right now. This thing looked strange. But nonetheless, as soon as he pulled it out, one of the girls in the group goes, you know that's not a Labubu. That's a Lafufu. I'm just thinking, like, now what's a Lafufu? This dude goes on to get, like, visibly angry, and he's like, no, it's a genuine Labubu. Then this girl turns to me, and she goes, no, this is a Labubu. And she pulls out another one of these weird...
I kind of feel like he's capping a little bit.
Yeah.
I was gonna say such a cool fake story.
Yeah.
And then everyone clapped, and Einstein was there, and I dunked, and I also did a three-pointer.
But I do. It does explain something.
The sentiment is there to be sure.
Which is that Labubu's real, Lafufu's imitation.
So Pop Mart actually, like two of my friends, shout out Chelsea and Echo, are crazy for Labubus. And so occasionally when we're hanging out, they'll be like, let's go to Pop Mart and see if they have any in stock, because they sell out a lot. We also buy them at this place called Neko Stop in the Santa Anita Mall.
What's your address?
Shout out to Neko Stop. What?
What's like your address if people want to go see that?
1122 Boogie Woogie Avenue.
Oh wow, you moved here pretty early. Scary.
And we went there recently, and Pop Mart said, we do not sell Labubus in store anymore. You have to buy them online and pick them up here, because there have been so many fights in store
That rocks.
that they're like, you just buy it online and you'll come here and pick it up.
You should be allowed to fight for it.
It's sounding like the Pokemon card craze.
Yeah.
I mean, so many fights in Costco's lately.
You should be allowed to Pokemon battle for them.
So there's also a lot of people who, try to complete collections of them. And the reason that's difficult is there are rare Labubus. Mm-hmm. And so here's an example of someone looking for a secret Labubu.
So that's when the picture's not on the back.
Yeah.
That's a very funny image.
It'll be like a silhouette with a question mark sometimes.
Yeah. And so it'll show you out of all the options, here's what you could get. And then there's one secret Labubu that's not pictured. That is rare.
This is my last attempt to get the secret Labubu. I've spent way too much money. Or please give me the secret.
Oh my god.
This is
Feels like someone
just
chewing.
opening packs of Pokemon cards. Like, it's the same vibe, and that's why I could never shame it.
Well, there's no ceremony though. There's no like moving the card aside.
This is what's crazy is, yeah, there's no ceremony, like, because these things are not cheap.
No.
No.
Like-
and there are people buying like retail boxes of them like her.
Like whole cases.
Like
Yeah.
she bought a case
I
of
get it.
Labubus, which it's like, sure. But then this is the secret Labubu that she got conveniently at the end, and it's not staged at all.
It's kind of. It's also kind
be
of
so
the ugliest
cynical.
one she pulled out of there.
Yeah, so this is the most recent craze, I believe. As of my understanding, this is the one that everyone wants right now with the rainbow eyes.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
It's
your
the
eyes.
secret Labubu in the Big Into Energy series.
Yeah.
Which is the newest one.
So
I'm
this
pretty
is
sure.
like, I can explain this I can relate this to like packs of Pokemon cards, right? It's like you have a new set, it's got some chase to it, and you've got some common stuff and you got some rare stuff. And so you're opening up stuff to try to get the rare stuff. The idea being, they found a business model where they can make you buy a thing multiple times because you like are randomly going to get a result and you're going to create chase, and there is like the feeling of going for the chase is fun, and that's like basically it's just scaled that model to, it is like NFTs, except for once again NFTs fail by like not being a real thing.
Oh no, the NFT part stuck out to me design wise.
Yes, no, exactly. So this is my Smeeski.
Oh, he's so chill.
This is from the yoga series. Smeeski. This was a gift that my friend got me. And my Smeeski that I got is actually, he's lying down Smeeski, and get this. He comes with a little guy that he can
friend.
lie on.
You.
Is that also him? Oh my god, he's dead.
Sorry, Smeeski, he died.
Do they all come with a little guy or just
no,
yours?
this one's special.
2 for 1?
So he
I
is
can't balance it.
God, he's cool though.
Something like that. Nope,
See, this because we don't do yoga.
I can't balance. I'm trying to do this backwards and I'm bad at it. Anyway,
Woo, he's
So-
chilling.
Can I introduce
What
a
does that
new
go for?
level to this?
he's down there.
What's
Yes.
So the secondary level of Labubus is they come naked, and people have started dressing them up.
Yes, they
so
have.
clothing for Labubus is now its own separate thing. Like when I went to WonderCon, there was a whole booth in the artist row of Labubu clothing.
This one, I got something crazy, Jordan. You're going to appreciate this.
Someone needs to film like a montage of them like trying on the clothes like an
I
old
sent
like
Jacob
90s.
a bunch of photos. Chanel hat. Tiny Coca-Cola for your Labubu.
Jordan, you'll appreciate this. My friend Rachel Weeks of Command Zone fame has Labubus, and she has started making magic accessories for her Labubu.
Oh, sign me up.
And so
Maybe I do want Labubu.
yeah. So her Instagram post, like they've got a little
Little
Oh, it's a
backpack.
little binder.
little binders.
Oh, you can turn their head.
Yeah, I don't know.
you can
That's
bend their
kinda cool.
legs and turn their heads sometimes. I don't know if all of them
If you're
can.
strong enough. I guess you can do anything.
There's
if you're tough
ones that are called like sitting Labubus
Sitting
or something.
boo-boos, sitting in their boo-boo.
And those ones I think
Sitting in
you
their poop.
can't, their legs are always bent.
Labubu car seat, that's great. Like for your
What?
actual car or like hypothetical
For your
tiny
child.
car.
For your very small child.
And there's also ones where like
Oh, is that One Piece?
you can
Labubu
dress
clothes
them
never
up.
worn.
Like is that
Is that Luffy?
one of those was one of those was a Luffy, right?
There
You
it is.
can
There's Luffy and his guns.
Whoa.
Wow.
Why are
You
they
can-
covering the Labubu face?
Well,
Because you don't want to. He's got
Yeah.
guns,
Because
dude.
some
Don't wanna
people
dox him.
have mistakenly bought Labubu clothes thinking that the Labubu comes with it.
I see.
Okay, well that's Darwinism. If they should be punished for that.
there's
But-
something about the one with like Chanel and Coca-Cola that I'm like, look, I of course partake in capitalism, but whenever we do like we're fighting over Labubus and then they cost $70 each and then I buy other brands for my fake doll item, I'm just something about it freaks me out a little bit.
Yeah, I mean, this is cute. So where does it
little dinosaur.
So where does it go wrong?
Well,
Where-
where it goes wrong is when people are fighting and stealing. Actually, the theft, right?
So
I don't
this is
mind
also happening with everything. It's just like, okay, so as of this recording, apparently like 3,000 Switch 2s were just like heisted from a
Holy
truck,
shit.
like going to a GameStop. And it's like, okay, guys.
Dude, that guy loves gaming.
He loves Mario Kart World.
Dude, it was so
He's like,
neat.
I'm gonna play it with all 3,000 of my friends.
One in my like Zorro, two
Yeah.
in hands, and
We
one
got
in the
people
mouth.
fighting each other at the Pokemon vending machine.
I don't mean to be a spoil sport or yuck any yums, and I'm not, because I think most people are doing it very sincerely, and it is fun to collect. But sometimes I can't help but feel like there's an awful lot of hobbies or recreational behaviors that I'm trying to figure out when the fun happens.
Yeah.
It's almost like the like living frictionlessly kind of thing, where I'm just like, yeah, I mean, like I do my work as efficiently as possible so that I can get home, not spend time with my family, and like it's like, what is this for? Like you get it, and you're getting it for the resale. It's like, oh, okay. So then you crack it, and you get the rare one you wanted, and you go like, great, now I have something to post, to then argue about, to then sell. And I'm like, when's the part you like?
Well, I think from my own experience with blind box addiction, and I'm kind of joking, but I'm also kind of serious. Like, I was legit addicted. Like, I could not stop buying them to try and get the one I want.
Sure.
But from my experience, the fun is in the beginning, and then it's all downhill from there, baby. Like, not only does it get so expensive where you're
So
like
quickly.
spending so much money, and you're like, why did I just spend $100, at like Pop Mart or whatever? And then the other part is the sort of like fighting and like stealing and people largely ruining it for everyone. Like the fact that Pop Mart only sells them online. So now people have to like hunt online for when they're going to drop.
Yeah,
and
when you
then-
got to like go to the mall before with your friends. And
Yeah, it used to be
find-
like
yeah.
you go to the mall, you're hanging out, and you're like, oh my God, they have Labubus. Let's get one. How fun. And, even then they were like $30, which is kind of expensive.
No, maybe for you.
Well, yeah, not for Daddy Warbucks over here.
Yeah, that's my dad.
There's something to be said about the death of casual hobbies,
Yeah.
where it's like even like Pokemon, they're like the set I've been most excited for like a year now. The pre-orders drop tonight on Walmart, but if you have Walmart Plus, which is $12.99 a month, you get access to the pre-order 3 hours early. So
Yeah.
they're gonna be gone by the time anyone who doesn't have and I'm not buying Walmart Plus to get access to maybe get the pre-order
Yeah.
for this thing.
Not to mention you're competing with bots a lot of time.
Yeah.
If anything,
So it's like, I'm gonna spend $12 on Walmart Plus, so Walmart gets more of my money, and then I
'Cause
don't even get the product that I kind
scalpers
of
have like ruined everything.
Yeah.
I was looking. Speaking of, I was curious. So this isn't the secret rare from the set, which apparently goes for like $250 on eBay,
Jesus.
which is like, what the hell? They're doing the fusion dance though, so I get it.
Yeah, look how talented it is.
And then this one though is still like, I think this maybe costs like $18, like this blind box for the Smiski, but this one's like $35
On
eBay secondary market. Yeah.
Here's a little clip from the Wall Street Journal about Pop Mart and Labubus, and they have someone talk about sort of like the psychology of blind boxes.
Has this been? I feel like design-wise, I recognize it so clearly. Have they been around for like 20 years or something? That exact design, super low mouth, little spiky teeth, those
don't think
exact
so.
eyes. It
No.
looks so.
It
familiar.
reminds me
I know
of
what you
Where the
mean.
Wild Things Are.
Yeah.
Oh, you might be right. That might be exactly it.
When you decide to splurge on a Pop Mart blind box, which could cost around $20 to $30, you don't go
I
in
like it.
totally
Oh, the
blind.
head really does move around.
Take this collection. There are 6 possible characters you could unbox, and a secret one that you have a 1 in 72 chance of getting.
I do like I think collecting and investing time in little fun things that have a rhythm to them. I think that's what's fun about collecting, right? It's rhythmic. It's not a hobby that you typically burn yourself out on because there is a skinner box to it. It's like a grind and a gradual growth and development or whatever. But I stopped buying Magic boosters when I basically just stopped playing Magic for other contexts and circumstances, because I don't get I like collecting with the knowledge that I'll make a deck, with the knowledge that I'll play with it. It's always sitting there, right? Is the mission. I like, in theory, the base collecting part, but again, maybe it's old man yells at cloud. A lot of this stuff is so stressful. It's like so tinged with, a lot of people I know just buying them just fun, all of that. But as far as the way that people talk about them online, it is like, I'm getting into this job I don't get paid for. And I was like, this sounds like a nightmare. Going to the store thinking you might get in an argument, filming yourself opening it, posting it. I'm just like,
that kind of stuff. Well, the argument part, no thanks. But what I will say is, to play devil's advocate, I do think that the chase is a part of the fun.
Yeah, it's like you need the lows so you can get those highs.
Because I think that like going and looking around for something, like when I was like trying to find a Switch 2 even, I was like, I don't need it. I was like, I want to get it eventually, but there's something about like being in the right place, right time, and like when they're restocking or whatever.
Also, it's like you're getting that like dopamine hit. It's the same thing that gambling or even social media kind of plays off of, is you keep doing it even though it's not enjoyable. Because every once in a while it is really enjoyable.
It's variable reward. We know from like rats, you know, how effective this is. Where it's like
taught us.
Because
the rats taught us, yeah. Because it's like if you have a reward that's dispensed at a regular interval, then that's one thing you come to expect. But when you don't know when the reward is coming, you become more obsessed with the act of like checking for that reward.
This guy kind of talks about that too.
Oh yeah, let's watch.
Yeah. Well, who is he? Wall Street Journal? Dude,
Some sort of
guy with a
professor.
Dude, I do always have, whenever I see a like Wall Street Journal article like this or like a video, I do think of like a kid just fresh out of journalism school. It's like, I was going to do a fucking expose. I was supposed to write about like international politics. Why am I here?
I love Labubus. I just have to. I'm obsessed. I have to do a whole story about this.
You guys are obsessed with Labubus, and I'm obsessed with Labubs. 6'1.5", by the way.
It's stronger. Have you been to the doctor this week? Because maybe it's 6'2" now.
I've been stretching.
Oh my god.
You're like, your spinal column is twice the length.
Yeah.
You're looking necromorph.
I do need to stretch.
One of the things that the brand can do to keep engagement, to encourage consumers to get a little more excitement out of it, is to label the box. This one says, have a seat. I know the range, so I still get that surprise, but at the same time, I know I'm not going to get anything crazy.
That specific range also creates a set.
It's well-known, well-supported phenomenon that most people, under certain conditions, have a very strong tendency to want to complete a set.
That's Peep's call out right there.
Oh, dude. Can we, sorry, Jacob, we have to include in that, maybe it's a little treat at the end of the episode or something. Peeps bought a binder for the newest Pokemon collection the other day, and it is the same size as them. It's what,
we
holds
measured,
1,000 or something?
We measured, it holds over 1,000 cards, and I bought it because there's over 800 in the new set, and I want to master set it. It is a third of my size. We measured it. It takes 3 of them to reach my.
Very funny.
You Peeps have a thing where I don't have this, thank God. Where it's like you like to master set things, which I think is insane. I think it's like a fool's errand, and you're setting yourself up for disappointment, or spending a lot of money on singles.
Well, to be fair, I've only master setted one set.
But you're addicted.
But I want to do this next one.
I was gonna say,
but
you've
it's
master setted one set, but
white.
I've heard you discuss master sets for various sets. And a master set, by the way, is like when you have not only all the cards in the set, but all of the alternates, all the variants, all of the reverses.
Yeah.
I feel like I'd have the same conversation with Ash. I'd be like, dude, you can't catch
all of them.
The very best. Are you crazy, man?
I gotta catch them all.
It's also
you're 10. The Ash is addicted
with like
to catching
the
Pokemon.
collector mindset. When I got back into Pokemon cards, it was like a kind of slow ramp up, and then I moved to LA, and I was like, psh. But
Hollyweird, I call it.
dude, Hollyweird. And then I got so collector brain that it really was not fun for a bit. Like I was just, because it was like, oh, I just want to get the cards and I just have to get them because I have to complete this thing and I have to.
Yeah.
But then I started going to the card shops just like with my friends. And instead we were like appreciating every card we pulled. They're like, oh, that was cute. That was cute. And having fun with it.
Aspect is a
and so like,
huge
so like doing it with people that just appreciate the cards for what they are, not, oh, I didn't get one that's worth more than the money I spent on the pack, so that means I failed.
Right.
Like,
I totally. I like the story of, like, for me, I've never been a like completionist collector nor a thematic collector. Like some people collect, you know, specific illustrators or specific Pokemon. Like I do want to eventually maybe have like a Weavile Sneasel collection, just because that's like my favorite Pokemon. But the stuff that I have, I like that there's a story for each thing. And so that's more of like a I have what I have type thing. And there's like I have a memory, an anchor, a story to go with how I ended up with this thing. It's like, oh, I have this card that's like graded in a 9 that I didn't buy, but I happened to open this and I graded it myself. And so, yeah, sure, it's not a 10, but it's the one I got. Yeah, and it's the grade that I got. And that has like its own kind of appreciation.
I guess it's a weird comparison, but it certainly feels similar to me, at least, where like I would never get like a sleeve tattoo or a full leg done or something like that, because the thing I really enjoy is going to new tattoo shops and asking the artist for their designs that no one's taken.
Yeah, and then
be like,
when they show you ape shall not kill ape.
I'm like, well, fuck, I have to
and
get
you're like,
it, I
well,
guess.
I mean, I guess.
I've always wanted to tattoo the name Jordan because it's my favorite country, but
well,
it
that's
has
why
to be on your face.
Yeah, that's why you don't want to get a sleeve, because you just don't have enough space for all of the names. For Jordan Adika, it's only
2 middle names. I mean, shit, dude.
You're cooked.
Should we all get each other's names tattooed on us?
No.
Like just clockwise?
No, yeah, but you do it
clockwise?
first.
All right, you do all of our names, and then we'll follow.
In ranked order of who you like the most.
Get a tier list on your back.
What the fuck? Wait, what? Are you serious? What if I do this?
I like you less when you do that.
Oh.
Put that lip away.
For a lot of people, there's a little bit of a feeling that you are being nurtured in a sense. The universe is about to give you a gift. Right. So, take a look.
He scared himself. Fuck.
We haven't mentioned the word gambling yet, and I feel like we should.
It is interesting.
That's exactly what I thought while I was watching
I said it
this.
a little
I was like,
bit.
is this gambling?
Absolutely. Well, I mean, I think it's gambling in many senses, but
gray matter wise.
But great. Like in terms of like the dopamine and all that stuff. The short answer I would say is yes and no, and then the long answer is that for those who are trying to make a profit, like if you are opening Pokemon cards to then sell the Pokemon cards at a profit, and so then you're buying the $3 pack in hopes that, or you're opening a bunch of packs in hopes that you get the big chase card that you can sell for more than you bought the packs for, you're gambling. But if you're just like getting the stuff to appreciate it, then that's just getting the stuff to appreciate it and like enjoying the hobby.
It is always risky, or like I guess a little tiresome when people pathologize like any hobby or activity is, because it's fun to use therapy speak or whatever online, and people will default to like I have been passionate about things and I have been obsessive about things, and the obsessive is noticeable because it comes at the sacrifice of something else, right? I love this game. I'm playing it too much because it's keeping me in bed when I should be getting up. Like I play way less Balatro now, not because I like Balatro less, but because I need and want to do other things with a little bit more momentum building. And like, as far as like going to the store, buying a little thing, having a little bit of fun, open it with friends, or by yourself if you enjoy it, just doing your thing. It's so much harder to spend your kids' like scholarship fund on it. You know what I mean? It's like all their college savings, or lose your house as opposed to go into the horse race.
Well, and you're always getting something. It may not be the thing you want, but when you go to the slot machines, often you're getting nothing, right?
Maybe when you go, I use skill.
I was watching
my God.
some of our friends at Answer in Progress. They have a video about this. And in that video, another one of our friends, Maya and Mix 'em Tune, is in the video talking about how they love blind boxes. So, one, we got to call her out on that next time she's around. And two, she was saying that like she was doing like maybe like a meet and greet or something, and people were bringing their duplicates to her because they knew she liked blind boxes. And I'm like, that's cool, you know. Because I imagine if you open up a bunch of these things and you're going for the complete set, then you're going to have a bunch of extras. But I also think it's like kind of fun to display. It's like a knickknack, a tchotchke type vibe.
Well, and it's like, I don't know about Labubus, but there can be very
It's funny
interesting.
every time. That name's nuts. I love it.
It's fun to say.
Makes me happy.
There can be like a community aspect to it. Same with like Pokemon cards and stuff where you're like, oh, I have, 2 of this one type. Will you trade me like your blah 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 for my blah blah blah? Or like
name 2 Pokemon.
No, I can, but I just refuse to.
What are your favorites? Just while we're on the topic.
That's actually none of your business. It's private.
That is rude of me.
Wait, Jacob, can we let that guy finish his thought or whatever?
The psychological man.
I want to hear him more.
The universe is about to give you a gift.
Yes.
Take a look. Oh, I think it's the light or the slightly darker blue one. For no reason at all, except that I chose a favorite. Now, what's the cost if I'm wrong? Almost nothing.
The money.
I'm dead wrong, but it's still fun, right?
Echo will do this thing where she'll shake them and she'll be like,
people shake them.
I think it's this one. And then
What if it hurts?
She's right 1 out of 10 times. And it's so validating to her that she really thinks she's going to probably listen to this and be so mad at me that I'm saying she can't do it. But I really
She's
don't
like,
think
I'm going to prove it to you. She's going to
to
buy 10 of them. She's going to go into financial ruin and trying to predict what's coming out of the blind box.
Well, if she does that, I hope she does the Sanrio theater set because I want that Batsmaru so bad. And I've bought the whole set.
Stop.
And have duplicates and still don't have the Batsmaru.
Wait, you have duplicates and I ain't got none. Give me one.
I messed up.
Give me one and let me like customize it.
It's also like something where all the hype around these types of things has ruined not only the point of collecting them, but the point of trading them. Like Pokemon cards, it's a trading card game. So like trading is part of it. And whenever you try to trade someone, now like
they whip out TCG player.
Yeah, like if you're a vendor and your job is to make money with Pokemon cards, that's one thing. If you're like at a Frankensons type thing, which is a local card show, you know, they'll pay you, if you're selling them, they'll pay you 80% usually. Like that's around because they have to make money off of it. But if you're just trying to trade someone like on like Facebook Marketplace or just someone random, and some people will try to be like, oh, I traded 80% in my favor.
Yeah, the small business tyrant effect where it's, I know what I have actually.
Yeah, and it's just like, no, we're trading. I have one that you like. You have one that I like. Let's just trade those. So who cares about the value?
You have one I need.
Yeah.
I have one you need.
What pisses me off, Facebook Marketplace just pisses me off, but scalpers being enabled because, for example, if I go on Facebook Marketplace right now, there's a bunch of people selling Switch 2s. Why? Switch 2 just came out. They don't have a Switch 2 they want to get rid of.
I guess they just didn't like it.
They bought a Switch 2 to speculate on the price going up like people did for PS5s. But the joke on them is that Nintendo made so many goddamn Switch 2s that the market price is very similar to the secondary market price. So now people are just trying to offload them at a small profit. But then the thing that kills me is that like when I was going into stores looking for one, I'm like, I missed it. But then I go on Facebook Marketplace and I look at a photo of someone's trunk that's like full of Switch 2s. And it just like puts a bad taste in my mouth.
It always feels different when, not to be like, think of the children, but there's always something a little extra demonic about it when it's like, all right, if you sound like a Yeti cup or something, whatever, it's like still weird, but fine. There's something just that bums me out ever so slightly when it is something that is fun. Like at its core, this is a fun thing. It's for fun and profit, but for fun. And then it's like, wait, was it you telling me like a friend's kid knew the price of a Pokemon
not
card?
even a friend's kid. It was Big Justice.
Oh yes. Well, you know,
It was my friend
Connor's
AJ's
friend.
kid.
My friend AJ.
Because it was like a TikTok where he was opening a pack of Evolving Skies, and there's this big chase card, Moonbryon, as it's colloquially known, and very expensive card, very hard to pull, probably like 1 in 1,000 packs or something like that. And Big Justice opens it and he starts crying, and I'm relating to him in a way of like, when I'm a child, it's so sick to like get a card that you really like out of a pack. But then he goes, it's like a $3,000 card. And I'm like, man, that's so crazy. Because when I was a kid, I didn't know the prices of the card. We never discussed money. It was all vibes. And I am holding that, like, I am like, because it's like old man shout to cloud, but it's like back in my day a little bit, I will admit that I'm doing that. But I do think that because everything is marketing, it's like we're in a weird economic situation. I understand people are trying to like, make a buck and try to pull themselves ahead and provide and all those things. But there's another visual that is like people waiting in line or forming a line outside of the like Pokemon aisle at Target where they're restocking so that they can buy up all the product in bulk. That bums me out. Because it is a denial of service for little Timmy, because I can buy the cards from lots of other places, but the person who's like checking out with, like, when I was a kid and I would like beg my parents for like a pack of cards as we're like checking out at the store is going to be kind of denied that experience because
it's tangible. It's like
people are because and it's sure it's none of it matters. Consumerism, whatever. Have a little fucking whimsy,
But
it's like
it does sully the experience.
Yeah, it's like
there's always a kid behind all the scalpers that is like all the scalpers get it, and the kid's next in line, he never gets it. There's always that situation.
We should put up when we criticize stuff like this. It's never. Those people are like, who cares? It's just stealing from Nintendo. Like, that's not who I'm talking about. I don't care if Nintendo gets all their Switches stolen. It's the fact that it is becoming like it's in the pursuit of making it more prohibitive for kids to end up getting it.
Yeah, I mean, like if your thought is who cares consumerism, that is like throwing the baby out with the bathwater, in my view. And also,
it's virtue signaling. It's
you
like,
wouldn't give a shit about Labubu either.
Yeah, it's not. I mean, I get it. Like, we've all been 17 and addicted to video essays, but there is a little more to it than that one Twitter thread you read and sent to friends to represent your own thoughts. I get it. Yeah, no ethical consumption, but eat the children.
It's fun, dude.
Fun.
And like to Jarvis's point of like the Switch 2 just came out. Why are you reselling it already for like double the price? It's the same with like Pokemon where like I just looked up like Burning Shadows from the Sun and Moon era. That came out in 2017, and that right now is like a $15 pack. That's been out of print for like 5 to 7 years at this point.
Yeah.
Versus Destined Rivals, the newest set from Pokemon,
and Burning
is selling.
Shadows has a Chase Charizard in it. Even.
Yeah, and so it's like old ass set, cool cards, about $15 a pack. Makes sense. It's been out of print. They're not making anymore.
Right.
Destined Rivals, which just came out, is also selling for $15 to $20 a pack right now.
Yeah, it's crazy.
It came out 12 days ago.
It is,
and it's like, no, why?
Pokemon is in a weird bubble, and that, in my professional opinion,
as a trainer,
it's hard to engage with the secondary market because I feel like there's a lot of hype and there's a lot of weird inflationary forces on the market. Like, there's this concept in business of like the cost of user acquisition. So it's like how much money does it cost to acquire a new user? And so when a company like TikTok does a thing, what they're now doing, where it's a referral program where you get like $70 in like shop store credit for referring someone. I don't know what the referral terms are, but the idea is if you have an audience or if you get enough people to sign up through your thing, you get hundreds of dollars in coupons and then are adding like fake money into this market that now artificially raises the prices of everything for everyone on the secondary market, which then creates an incentive for people to go and camp outside of Target to get the stuff at MSRP because now they can sell it for so much higher. And everyone wants to make a quick buck. Everyone wants to like take their finances in their life into their own hands and have some agency over the things. And I don't want to be like some like moral, cast some sort of moral judgment on like how people are doing that. I'm just observing and saying like as an individual, like what bums me out.
It's such a weird space to occupy when we talk about some stuff, and it's we're not trying to have a moral hierarchy. That's just not our interest. Is like taking making moral judgments to these things. The vibes are just off.
Yeah.
And that is the end of the observation. And it's so weird to live in an era where that's not acceptable.
Yeah.
Like that critique is not good enough. It's like people that want the constructive criticism to solve the problem.
Mm-hmm.
You're like, hey, you're being very rude to people. And they're like, well, how should I be different? Like, no, it's not my job. Stop being rude.
Yeah, like one moment you're having fun with your friends, and the next moment
You're making up a story about people arguing against stuff.
you either can't get the thing that you and your friends were having fun with,
Yeah.
or you're actively battling for it, which is like
it's
so upsetting.
Especially because
Trainers.
like, you know, it's funny because I feel for Peeps more than myself in some of these situations because I know that, you know, Peeps is a big Gen 5 head and
they have an enormous forehead.
White Flare is coming out and big Gen 5 set. And if the situation stays so hot, then it just makes it really hard for any normal consumer to get their hands on the product because everyone wants to kind of evaporate the supply that's being sold at at the normal price so that they can sell it to the highest bidder. And that just feels annoying.
Yeah.
It just feels annoying.
I do think I love that psychology guy just randomly threw in a little bit of like ethereal spiritualism.
Yeah. Oh, the universe is about to give you a gift. No, I spent $30. I'm giving myself. I spent $30 on this.
Then jumped down. I'm like, did you get your daughter in a cereal box? What the hell? What are you talking about? It's kind of like, you know, I've manifested this box using my princess therapy, princess.
Well, that's
vibes.
how I pulled my Chase Team Rocket's Mewtwo in Destined Rivals is by the princess treatment
formula.
Formula.
Damn
the
it.
Juice, yeah.
The Pokemon trainer formula.
I believe you put your fingers to the side of your temple, and then a girl came up and was like, hey, I'm not trying to date, but I just wanted to give you this card.
Yeah, that happened to me once.
Someone just gave you a card?
No, I don't know what my mom. This is back before my mom passed. It was like it was maybe 6 months or something before she passed. A Yu-Gi-Oh set called Pharaoh's Servant had just come out, and Pharaoh's Servant had chase card Jinzo in it. Secret rare, very difficult. There's 50% chance that one is in a booster box of 24 packs, and I have no idea. Some guy had bought a box and was opening the box at the store. I do not know what my mom said to this man, but she handed me a Jinzo that he pulled. And I was like, what the heck?
Finessed.
I couldn't curse back at the time. I said, what in the wiggity what?
I said, excuse me?
Excuse me, Jinzo? It turns off freaking trap cards? That's wild. He turns off trap cards and not magic cards.
And then
right?
she was
Let me
like,
not
wait,
embarrass
okay,
myself.
I'll take it back. No, Mom, please.
But anyway, that was super. I don't know what sort of Jedi mind trick she pulled or if she just paid him under the table or something. But I've had a soft spot for like that set and that card ever since. And that card, by the way, for those who are avid listeners, is the one that someone stole from me and said that they didn't steal. And then the next time I saw it, it was ripped at a gutter. So.
And
that's why I truly wished dark things upon that person.
That is a step towards becoming the Joker. That's like the 2/3 through the movie, you know? It's like he's not fallen into villainy quite yet.
Is walking sad, dejected, sees the card in the gutter, shakes his head,
around me
eyes go wide.
Jokers. All these jokers.
They're
Murders someone.
jokers. All right. Speaking of collecting things, our boy Ashton Hall of morning
He collects
routine. Oh, I was gonna say he's collecting L's right now, brother.
Hey, leave him
collected
alone.
4 of them things.
Leave him alone now.
Okay.
or I'll dunk you in ice.
I would like that,
My
actually.
idea is-
That would wake me up.
Next, we should get 10,000.
10,000. Oh, right. Next time we need to make. So Ashton Hall, famous for waking up. And
He is. He's so good at getting up.
yeah, and then IShowSpeed, famous for showing speed.
Him to be maybe a generational athlete for some reason.
Yeah. He's
Yeah,
like,
you might remember we watched him chase a cheese wheel down a hill. First time he's ever done it, he almost won.
they interviewed him because they were like, this young star shows promise and future Gloucestershire cheese rolling prowess.
I think it speaks volumes about the strength of the Cotswolds and the Gloucestershire Massive that he could really
Big
challenge
ups.
the status of Olympians in some videos, and yet was unable to clutch out a cheese rolling race because it's a higher tier of mindset.
That does make sense. The thing that the reason that I wanted to watch this is because we heard from one of our teammates who watched this that Ashton Hall is like a really sore loser about it, which to me like doesn't make any sense because I would never have. If I was asked to put money on this, I would have 100% put money on the guy who shows speed.
Who's famously fast and lean and like, and has done this against people who do running.
Yeah, you like race Noah Lyles, and it's not like he lost, but it's like very. I still thought it was very impressive.
What was Ashton Hall? He was a quarterback.
He was like some sort of defensive tackle or something. I don't know.
And I imagine IShowSpeed's probably worse at that. It's just like a different thing.
Yeah, he's built like a. I mean, he was a football player, and I feel like he's like leaning into that vibe.
They should have Ashton Hall do cheese rolling.
I mean, there's a reason why most sprinters are not super bulky.
Yeah, like,
You know, they're muscly, but they're not like.
thank you.
Okay, so first,
I didn't-
I
that's
heard
not
that
me.
before they got into the race, Ashton Hall was talking some shit.
Let's go. I'm ready. Let's go, bro. Let's go, bro.
I feel like IShowSpeed's life is like what would happen if I wished upon a star. You know what I mean? Like at the age that I was when he like when he popped off.
I get why
Like
he's
the big Luffy like thing in the back, like that would have been Goku if it were me, but same.
my first million goes to a 2-scale Vegeta that can talk.
Yeah.
That like is my first million.
Paying a guy to be Vegeta.
He has to stand in my living room.
He's like he's the Alfred to your Batman, but it's just Vegeta.
He asked for dinner, I give him 1 senzu bean.
He's like, yeah, Vegeta, can you ready the Batmobile? And he goes, I was a prince.
I'm like, this is awesome. This is so
This
cool.
is so sick.
Dude, I think honestly, if I was given that degree of like power and money at that point in my life, within 2 weeks, I am found like dead because I accidentally got my leg trapped in my full-scale X-wing. Like I was pretending to be Luke Skywalker and I broke my leg. And
You had a
couldn't get
horrible.
out.
You were reenacting the episode 4.
I was trying. I instantly trip. I'm covered in like tattoos that are backwards because I gave them to myself.
A New Hope 2.
Road dog, just right across
Rogue
my chest.
dog.
Rogue One.
Rogue 2.
That actually would be cool. If I gotta go, I gotta
All right,
go.
let's watch this.
Bro, you don't weigh enough, bro. Let's get it popping, bro.
What do you mean
You don't weigh
enough?
enough. Let's get it popping, bro. Hey,
They're
do muscle
running.
just for show, bro.
Do the stage
Yeah,
hands.
so like, I'm in marketing, but I really like my career so far. But I'm keeping my options open for the future. What do you do? I wear sunglasses and hold the cell phone in front of my IShowSpeed.
Yeah. I have like this enormous guy. I kind of hang out
Why
with him.
does he look like Agent Smith holding the fucking cell
He
phone?
looks sick. He looks, honestly, it looks like a candid. Do they know he's there?
Maybe he thinks he's out of frame. There's no way.
Oh. I mean, this is probably he's getting thousands and thousands of followers a second for standing within frame. Also,
This is huge for the thing. If I'm Ashton Hall, this is, and I'm not exaggerating, one of the biggest moments of my career.
I would not come in arguing, that's for sure. I'd be like, oh, thank you.
No, because it's like, first of all, people don't realize how huge IShowSpeed is.
Yeah.
It's like
First of all, he's like 40 million
transcendently-
subscribers, but also like he is giganto and like world famous
Yeah.
at this point.
It's
Ashton
like a,
Hall's
like-
getting more eyes on him now than he ever has before.
Yeah.
For sure. And a totally like new.
It's like how like
Audience.
it gets easy to be like kind of centric about like art and what you consume and stuff. And it's like when I think it was when Bad Bunny got like, he was like the most listened to artist in like the Americas in whatever year. And then a bunch of like English people were like, who the fuck is that? And I'm like, well, there's more other people. There's more people that aren't here than are here.
Just because you don't know someone doesn't mean everyone else.
Dude,
most people don't live here.
I'm so embarrassed. I remember I was in Puerto Rico for a wedding, and there was like a billboard or something for Bad Bunny, or he was playing somewhere, and I was like, "That's a funny name." and then people were like, "No, he's really good." And I was like, "Oh, okay, I haven't heard of him." And then he's like the most world famous musician ever.
Ronaldo?
Like it was like the next day, it was like he was the biggest act in the universe.
But then you hit him with, yeah, I've seen that. By the way, does IShowSpeed always shoot at a Dutch angle? It's very dynamic.
Yeah, why is it tilted? And is he always no shirt, no shoes?
No, the room just does
I think
that.
he is not often no shirt, no shoes. Okay, let's continue. And he does have a flash. Look, you're arguing with the dude who's got the flash logo on his gaming chair.
Yeah, so sick. The chair's fast.
In his dude, this is actually so sick. It's a soccer pitch.
I know,
Yeah.
man. He literally, it looks like the Rizzler's
He has
bedroom.
the World Cup. He has his kit in the back.
Dude,
there.
he is living the dream. And I think and maybe I'm not to glaze him, but I do think he's appreciating it, the moment.
Oh, definitely.
So good for him.
He's tasteful where he needs to be, because there's a functional diesel powered F1 bed instead of that mattress. I would be extremely uncomfortable.
That's
and if I
his
lean
work
against the
bed,
pedal,
though.
that is his work bed.
Yeah.
Yeah, he doesn't.
He
No, he probably does sleep in here.
He only sleeps there when he's on camera. sleeping.
Poser.
All right. Let's see this arguing.
You
about
don't
to-
want to do this.
I'm
I'm gonna
about-
walk away.
I'm about to dust his ass. This is his last Instagram video. This your last Instagram video,
Dude,
bro.
Speed
It's
has
never
such an
did this to you.
iconic eye contact. Like his eye contact is like the profile of the queen.
It's the face that birthed 1,000 reaction memes.
He is like thumbnail incarnate.
Yeah.
It's kind of cool.
Walk
You should
away.
never did this to yourself,
I'm gonna
bro.
walk away.
You should never did this to yourself. You don't get it.
I wonder what he's eating. Is that yogurt?
It's probably just like ice cream, and yet he's still insanely lean and powerful. It's probably just sugar.
Speed juice.
It's G fuel.
Yeah. Speed fuel.
Trying to speed up.
Okay, so there were 4 races, right?
There were 4 races. We can start with race 1. I think I know how that one ends.
At the finish line.
Go.
Oh my god.
Oh
my god. Devastating. Ashton fell, but he woke up so early.
He falls during race 1. He said he didn't need to warm up.
He must have fallen. He must have woken up late.
I wonder if they switch up the terrain.
Well, yeah, because to be fair, IShowSpeed's bedroom has this.
This is like if I'm playing tennis against Nadal on a clay court, like I better not even try.
I would pass probably. If I was against LeBron, but I get an entire team and he's asleep.
Yeah, I was gonna say, but if I'm playing Nadal in chess at my house and he's blindfolded,
and I'm playing with knives,
then maybe I've got a shot.
You lose. What?
Fry hit a pothole, man. Let's get it. We'll fry, bro. Let's get it. You with a pothole? Yeah. Okay, no more excuses. You see, I fell.
Yeah, you were.
You fell over.
You were dusted.
You didn't finish the
He said he
race?
hit a pothole.
Oh, okay.
This is my last one. I'm going to expose him again, chat. I didn't even run full speed. He's getting exposed again.
He's like, I barely showed speed in this.
Ashton, buddy, you ran too early. Oh my god!
Wait, no, they're both barefoot?
When he starts talking, that's how you know.
And he puts his arms out. I think some stoicism, like a little bit of self-soothing and a little bit of stoicism, is healthy. And it's always kind of funny when somebody that is like banked and bought in on ultimate rise grind lifestyle, masculine mode, high tea, blah, blah, is insecure. That's the moment you lose it.
That's the thing, right?
He could look like anything. He could behave in any other way, but that is the lethal bullet.
The thing is, this could have been friendly competition, like a little bit of shit talking, but like mostly it's just like we're,
Oh yeah, they are.
we're just having fun, right? But when it like I don't know. There's just something so toxic about this and how it's handled rather than, you know, it's like, this doesn't emasculate you, but you think it does.
They're playing
and
two
that's
different
why.
games a little bit. He's there. IShowSpeed is being IShowSpeed. Ashton Hall is being an Instagram page.
Yeah.
All right, let's hear what he says.
Oh, second one, you barely beat me. So run it again.
Do I gotta beat you?
The first one, yes.
Do I gotta beat you?
The first one I slipped.
I'm curious, like, how they get to the fourth race based on this discussion.
I don't get it. I don't know. I mean, you know, I have a, you know, resting heart rate of 9,000, and I run for like 8 feet, and then I call the police to come and arrest me for doing a bad job. But dude, just thought you can't. Being a sore loser might be the most painful trait because it hurts you. You know, it's
yeah,
like
I'm
it
like
hurts.
still trying to like peer through the performance of it or the stagedness of it because I don't think it's staged, but obviously he's like he's
raised,
performing
right?
because
Yeah.
they're in front of chat.
They're recording.
So I'm like,
But
it's not a good look even for the performance. So I'm
bad idea to
yeah,
do that role.
bad swing.
No, I'm like playing a dumbass.
No, I'm playing a sore loser.
Let's do it on the flat surface.
What flat surface?
Just right on the road. Last one, we get out of here.
Barefoot.
That way I got no excuses.
They gotta be barefoot.
Let's do it. Come on.
Look at he has his YouTube at the
Interesting that he says it has to be barefoot. He's a purist.
He's making every excuse in the world. He is undeniable, bro.
I hate that they're running barefoot on blacktop. Like,
It's gonna be hot.
well, and like rip up your little feetsies. But
Well, I think
let's
speed
see what
has like high callus power.
Well, that's the cavemen actually built up calluses on their feet when they ran on the pavement.
Did you know
They
that?
ran on the street
The
pavement.
original sidewalk.
Yeah,
The saber-tooth weren't allowed on it.
yeah. It was made of saber-toothed tiger teeth,
There were cars everywhere.
and there were cars. Well, the Flintstones.
Oh no, look out.
Yeah, they were propelled by feet.
Dude,
Oh,
Fred-
that's how.
His
yeah,
feet must have been jacked up.
Yeah, he had crazy feet. Fred Flintstone.
Happy
yeah,
feet, bro.
dude.
Wombo combo.
No free feet, dude. That OnlyFans would have went crazy.
It's him running slow-mo and they're all
Yeah.
on screen.
Go!
What?
False start. Oh, he's false start, I guess.
No. Oh my god, he's still got it.
I know y'all on this team, but get off his dick.
Oh, they're his little
They're
team?
his team. No wonder they're dressed like
That
that.
makes sense. He's acquired a harem of little filming fellas. It's okay to not, like, be good at everything.
Also, Ashton Hall, he's gonna be fine because the whole internet's been making fun of him, and he's just kind of leaned into that.
yeah, actually, he's done a much better job than Bondley's McGillicuddy or whatever that musician guy was
We'll get
called.
to him. We'll get to him.
Oh, boy.
So wait, let's watch this.
You got 3-0,
I'ma
bro.
keep it a buck.
I'm
Listen.
leaving, bro.
The first one,
You
I
lost
won,
all
you won.
three.
Listen.
This
the
is
first
actually
one I
starting to
failed,
become
you
funny
won.
Chat, he's trying to
comedy.
manipulate y'all.
This is good improv. This has turned into good improv.
He's doing a
because
good
now I don't know what he's gonna say for his third excuse, but I do like the idea of him being like, all right, the first one I slipped. The second one you got me by a little bit. The third one a little fairy tripped me.
I don't know if you spotted it, there was a ghoul.
You actually stopped time and got a few extra steps on me, and I think that was unfair.
I thought we were going the other way.
So in improv terms, he found his game and now he's hiding.
He's hiding it, and I'm having fun with that game. At least I hope. I actually don't know what he's gonna
Right.
say. All right, let's see what he
That's
says.
like the happy and sad drama masks.
The video footage will come out.
Listen.
The video footage will come out.
The second one,
Do you not see my fucking body language?
tied.
As I keep being, he's going to keep making up excuses.
if you were
One more
faster,
time.
I wouldn't want to race again.
Yeah, let's do an 11th round, 12th.
Wait, that is wrong. That logic is wrong. If you were faster, I wouldn't want to race again. No, you want to race again because you want to do better.
When would you want to stop racing? Would you ever stop?
Yeah, why would you want to keep racing if you were winning?
The
Because
rest of
then
your
you'd have a
life.
risk of losing, and you have
I'm
a perfect
faster,
record.
and that's why I keep losing.
Yeah.
I'm
the
going too
race.
quick around the whole world.
All
Would
right,
you
let's
beat
see.
me in a race? Probably. I'm so tired.
I'm so tired and my back hurts.
Peeps, are you quick on your? I've never seen you run.
Decent.
I could see you like.
If I sprint, I can be pretty fast, but like not.
I can
not
see you like a
great.
whip it. Like.
I think we all have back pain,
we're
so
all
Yeah,
pretty on-
I
we
just-
shouldn't be jogging.
I don't move or exercise enough to have the stamina. Is the thing. I have no stamina whatsoever.
What if I javelined you? Like I pick you up and I throw you and you get 60 feet off that.
Oh, that'd be sick.
Or I discus.
That'd be awesome.
Okay, let's see.
I have a little. I can't show speed, but I've got a little speed.
I have speed.
I do contain it.
I own speed.
It's only when no one's watching you can't show it.
Yeah.
Well, I can't show that amount of speed, but I can show some respectable speed.
I don't know where I put mine.
I think Ashton Hall would beat me in a race, but I can show some respectable.
I'm
respectable
shy.
speed.
I don't want to show speed.
How does he? Do want to hear this because this part is the part I'm most curious about, which is like his cope.
Yeah.
They're being honest. My chat is always honest. You lost 3 times.
Man's right here said that
Fuck him. I don't even know him.
Oh wait, look at him stanced up.
Oh,
he's like
look out.
Thurston over there says I won, and he's like
85 pounds, ready to take you on speed.
He's like I took off my sunglasses for this moment.
I've been watching MMA. Come at me.
So let's run
The
again.
fuck? I got the ankles, gang. You lost.
Let's again.
Let's fucking go there.
Let's go.
You know
yeah.
what's crazy about? I don't know if Ashton Hall's team is the same as his team before he blew up because now this is a bit of this is just an attempt at a read. Those guys all look like they slid in his DMs like let's work. Clap
Those are some
emoji.
Gary V.
Gary
DM style,
V.
guys.
Cold DM slider vibes.
I've actually got access to a lot of verticals I think you might be finding helpful. I would love to do
ready to
content.
work. Let's get it.
Let's literally today, bro, go crazy.
It's every
I charge
day, bro.
$1 a year.
Yeah.
Just let
Dude,
me
I
start.
will work for free because I'm in my grind set right
I
now.
will fill your bowl with ice whenever you need me.
I will tell you, you won the race, brother.
I will stance up against speed.
I will stance
like
up against
Bison.
speed.
So he just got fatigued. He's like, fine, I'll just do it.
He threw his phone down or whatever that was.
But he walks at my running speed.
Go. Bye.
Yes, dude. So far ahead.
Ain't he went before me again. Tell him to stop playing with me, bro. Speed game. Bye.
Oh, what? What happened to Ashton? He died? Saratoga!
Oh, he picked up the Saratoga.
Oh, he took his
Go home,
Saratoga.
bro. Ashton, go home.
Dude, that's like when you beat somebody in Yu-Gi-Oh! And you get their rarest card.
You get to take that best water.
Yeah. Does Ashton say anything after that?
Well, he's the arc's over. He's
He's
defeated.
like, what if we a fifth time?
Dang.
He's on
I
kick.
lost in front of my whole team, bro.
No, you fell. You tripped. It's different.
If it would have been a normal run, we had the cars.
Man, bump that. He beat me.
Hey.
Okay.
What was
Respect.
the excuse they were trying to say? Like,
If there hadn't been a car or something like
If
that.
it had been a normal race,
if Speed wasn't driving that car, he probably could have.
if he hadn't showed speed, he would have totally won.
He thought it was Kai Cenat. He
Yeah.
like read the name wrong. He's like, oh, Speed, you said? Are they still doing stuff together?
Who?
Kai and Speed?
Yeah, Kai's in
I don't
the
know why you
video
looked
at
at
the
me.
end. The end there.
You know,
He had like interviewed him or something.
you keep up with the latest trends.
Hey, he don't get
Bro,
it.
you gotta stop. Bro, you have to stop giving niggas a second chance.
We got one more thing we want to look at before I gotta run.
Speaking of soy,
You're gonna run. It's a foot race to where you're
Oh
going
yeah,
after
I've
this,
got to.
right?
Unfortunately, to make it on time, I will have to show speed.
you're gonna show a little speed, and then the doctor's gonna be like, no, let me try again.
So we talked about Brendan Abernathy.
Oh, that's it, not Bendo McGillicuddy.
Yeah, who
I've been calling him that all week. I don't know why.
Olivia on Instagram was like Brendan Abernathy update. She was at a Boys Like Girls concert, and they brought out Brendan Abernathy to quote unquote redeem himself.
That's awesome, and he does it. You better not stomp on the ground.
Yeah, I actually I don't know what happens in this video.
Dude, he's about to own Fantano. He's about to absolutely destroy him.
Sounds like the Killers now.
Yeah, you're right. Maybe put the screen on.
Oh, stomps.
Something.
I'm seeing some stomps.
All right.
Honestly-
I mean, it sounded the same to me, which is, I mean, but go off. Take your opportunity.
You'll have a kid on the way in 3,
I
essentially.
feel like the stomps were smaller.
Further
away.
Less stomps.
I feel like he somehow put more vibrato in there.
Yeah.
I think a little bit of nerve.
I think what he needs to do is just move on and make another song.
Yeah, that would be the life hack here.
I think, okay, look, I think if if a band is like, we're going to put you in front of this many people
Play
to do
this.
your thing, I don't know what the right decision is, but I understand why he did it. And
I think
why
it's
not?
definitely that. But that, honestly, is the best. I don't know if I'm going to call it a clapback, but that's like the best repost whatever.
Yeah.
Like instead of like when
you fucking nerd.
No way, man. Oh wait, let me run it again. That's the best.
Touche.
On guard.
No. Oh.
Perry.
What's another more scone?
I'm just
scone.
Well, because he's British.
Nom.
I'm so glad no one can tell I'm insecure and I'm messing
He's
this
having
up.
a hard
Does
time
that guy's
right now.
pants say CPA? Like he's an accountant?
It's right under the piece on his penis.
Central Penis Agency.
Cock, penis, ass.
Oh,
cock,
Anastasia.
penis.
I just think the coolest thing you can do is just do the song and do your grind. Like that is a cool move.
Well, and have like a bigger band be like, hey, come perform with us.
That's cool.
I mean, there are people who like his music. Good for him.
Yeah, good for him.
What's the deal?
I don't think there's any problem with this.
I think it's neat.
As long as you don't sign with Jake Paul's management and do a crypto rug pull.
Oh my god, you've cursed him. It's happening. Now.
Then you're gonna be just fine,
dude. We already did this to Hawk Tour.
Yeah, we tried, but she didn't listen.
Yeah, how many people can we root for and then watch them crash and burn?
Every time it's just like that's why the podcast has to get bigger so these people can hear our advice. They can heed our warning.
Yes.
I'll give a shout out. I guess we should mention we're recording this in 2019. I want to give a shout out to just like America. You know, it's like so sick.
We're on the top right now.
I want to give a shout out to vaccines in general.
Yeah, vaccines are doing great.
Looking forward to that being always an option immediately.
You say we're recording this in 2019?
Yeah.
Oh.
Because everything's going great.
Everything was really good then.
Peeps
funny
hadn't been born yet.
Being nostalgic
not
about
true.
2019 is so funny.
2019 sucked.
It
all
just sucked differently.
I remember all the years, it was most years, by the way, where everybody was like, this is one of the worst years ever.
Trash fire year.
2016, I remember people were like, this one sucks.
Trump is president, and
Another one.
We're never gonna let that happen again.
Dude.
LOL. Dude, we could be at brunch if Kamala was president right now.
Dude, if we had a mamala.
If we had a mamala right now, we could be eating brunch and not thinking about politics, which is the perfect thing.
Yeah, which is the same as the world getting better.
If I can ignore it, that means it's good.
La 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 la. Mama la la la.
On that positive note.
On that positive note, welcome back. We end every episode of Sad Boys with a particular phrase, and you can. I probably can't keep talking. I'm gonna stop there while I'm ahead and say that we on Patreon we talked about Love Island and dating shows, and we had a grand old time, and we looked at bad tattoos.
And I showed my new tattoo, and it's hidden. You can't see it.
Big tattoo reveal.
Yeah, okay. Oh, big.
We had a particular phrase.
We don't mean.
Boom.
Whoa! If you want to find people with poor judgment to put on your television show, look no further than the types of tattoos that they have.
Yes, dude, I want to see these.
Because Jacob, can we pull up the Love Island tattoos?
Oh, that looks so much worse than even what you just.
Yeah.
This one jumps out to me specifically because it's not the most famous quote from that movie.
Exactly.
I think it's deep and cool.
Gucci girl, how you doing? How you moving, girl? Moving, girl. How's your day looking? That future girl, yeah, we on now. Take my money, go away, all you want it.
Girl, too rich for me.